Hello, my dear students and viewers. Welcome to my channel Scorpio class. In this video, we are going to discuss class 9 Cbse poem The Lake Isle of Innisfree written by William Butler Yeats. It's from your book Beehive. So let's get started and read the poem and understand it. But before that, if you are new to my channel and watching my video for the first time, do subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon so that you get the notification of all the upcoming videos. So let's get started. So before starting, let's check about the author. So the author or the poet of this poem is William Butler Yeats. Okay, he was an Irish poet, dramatist, and writer, and one of the foremost figures of 20th century literature. He was born on 13th June 1865, Sandymount in Ireland. He died on 28th January 1939 at the age of 73. Now let's have the introduction of the poem. So the Lake Isle of Innisfree is a 12-line poem comprising three quatrains written by William Butler Yeats in 1888. This poem is a lyric. It is a musical poem. It explores the poet's longing for the peace and tranquility of Innisfree, a place where he spent a lot of time as a boy. Innisfree is the name of a place. It is a very quiet place, and that is the reason the poet wants to go there. He had spent his childhood in this place. The poet has very sweet memories of that place. That is why he wanted to go back to the lake island of Innisfree. Okay, so here this is a 12-line poem which has three quatrains, three stanzas. It's a very short and beautiful poem. It is written by William Butler Yeats. It was written in the year 1888. It is a lyrical poem. It has a musical theme, or you can say a rhythm in it, and it explores the poet's longing for peace and tranquility. So when now we'll read the poem, we'll understand in each stanza how the poet wants the peace and the tranquility which he found in Innisfree. It's a place where he had spent his childhood days as a boy. Now, as he's living in a city area, in a different city which is very much crowded, and he misses all the peace and tranquility and the nature's beauty which he had in his childhood. So he's collecting all the sweet memories of that place, and he wants to go back to that place and have that peace again. Okay, so this is a short introduction to the poem. Now let's see the first stanza. I will arise and go now, and go to Innisfree, and a small cabin built there of clay and wattles made. 9 bean rows will I have there, a hive for the honeybee, and live alone in the bee loud glad. This is first stanza having 4 lines. Okay. So the word meaning, let us see the word meaning of the word arise. It means stand up. Cabin, here it refers to a room or a small house. Wattles are the twisted sticks for making fences and walls. You can see in the pictures also there are some sticks which are used. Glad is clearing or an open space. Bee loud refers to the sound made by the buzzing of the bees. Wherever you find the bees, you hear the buzz sound. That's known as bee loud. So this is the word meaning, and this is the stanza. You could see the wattles which are used to make this small cabin and 9 bean rows. So let us see in detail the explanation of this stanza. So here I refer to the poet William Yeats because he's sharing his experience. Okay, he says that he wants to go to Innisfree. Over there, he will build a small room for himself with clay and small sticks which are used to make the walls or the fences of the cabin. As he will need some food to eat also, so he will grow 9 rows of beans near his room. Also, he will get the honey from the honeybee hive. He says that the open space where he will build his room will be full of the buzzing sound of the bees, and over there he will live all alone in peace and tranquility. See how beautifully the stanza is explained. The I word is referred to William Yeats. He says that he wants to go to Innisfree, and there he wants to build a small room or a cabin for himself that that would be made out of clay. Clay is nothing but wet sand, you could say, and small sticks. Those are the wattles which we saw in the stanza and the word meaning. And he will use the fences. He'll make the fences and the walls of the cabin with the small sticks and the clay. And then because he is going to stay there, he needs some food. So for that purpose, he is going to grow 9 rows of beans near his room, near his house or a cabin. And he will also get the honey from a honeybee hive. He just recollects his memories that he will have few rows of beans growing over there, and because it's amidst forest areas, a number of trees, it's in amidst the nature, he will also find honeybee hives there from where he could get the honey for himself. Then he says that's the open space where he likes to build his room, and he will stay all along with the buzzing sound of the bees, and he'll be all alone in peace and tranquility without any disturbance of any other human or any other distracting sound. So this is the explanation of first stanza. I hope it's clear. Now let's see the second stanza. And I shall have some peace there, for peace comes dropping slow, dropping from the vales of the morning to where the cricket sings. There midnights, all a glimmer, and a noon purple glow, and evenings full of the linnet's wings. So here let's see the word meaning. Veils, veils, it is a piece of a fine material worn by women to protect or hide the face. Cricket here is an insect related to the grasshoppers, but with the shorter legs. Linnet is a small brown gray bird with a short beak, which you can see in the picture as well. Glimmer means something which is shining. Okay, I hope you would have understood a few things by reading this line, that he shall have that peace here in this land of Innisfree. Let's see the detailed explanation of this stanza. Okay, in this stanza, the poet says that when in Innisfree, he will feel he will feel peaceful, and he says that the feeling of peace will be felt slowly and gradually. And he describes how he would feel the peace. In the morning time, it would be cloudy. The view would not be clear, as there will be fog, and it will appear as if this morning has worn a veil on and has hidden itself. So when you get up early in the morning in the winter season, you find the foggy clouds all over, and you are hardly able to have a clear view of the surroundings. So he says, peace will come down slowly, as if it has worn, the morning has worn a veil and has hidden itself, because the sun's rays will not be falling directly. And so he considers and compares it with a veil which is worn by the morning and it's hidden itself. Looking at this scene, it gives him peace. No further, he says that a male cricket insect will sing a song, and that sound will bring him at peace. He also says that at midnight, when he'll see the twinkling stars in the open sky, that shine of the stars will give him peace. In afternoon time, the sunlight will give him the purplish glow, that is also going to give him peace. And in the evening, the linnet birds will be flying in the sky, and that a flying of birds, when he'll see again, he'll get some peace. So, in every nature's act in the village, be it morning, noon, or night, he finds peace in every small things over here. Okay, so that's why he's longing to go back to the island of Innisfree and be all alone with peace and tranquility. I hope the stanza is understood. Let's move to the next one and the last one. I will arise and go now, for always night and day. I hear the lake water lapping with low sounds by the shore, while I stand on the roadway or on the pavement's grey. I hear it in the deep heart's core. The word meaning in this stanza, night and day, it indicates all the time. Okay, lapping is striking. Heart's core is the innermost part of the heart. Okay, so here the poet is not at all having any patience to wait. He says, I'll just arise and go now, because he has mentioned how he gets peace in every little and everything which he finds there. So let's see the detailed explanation of the stanza. In this stanza, the poet says that now he will stand up and go to Innisfree, because all the time the sound of the lake waters striking the shore repeats in his mind. The sounds of the lake waters which he used to listen or hear when he was young, when he was in his boyhood, is striking it again and again in his mind now. This sound attracts him towards the lake. Now, when he is remembering the sounds, he wants to go back towards that lake. And wherever he is, either standing on the roadway or on the grey colored pavements, the footpaths, he hears the sound deep in the innermost part of his heart. So, here he meant to say that even though he is in the city, he is spending his life in the city area, the most crowded area, wherever he is, whether he's on the roadways or on the footpaths or on the grave pavements, wherever he is, his heart, innermost heart, hears the sound of the lake water striking the shore and the different birds chirping, and he has all the memories which comes in his mind, and that is what is attracting him to go back to his place, that is the land of Innisfree, right? So this is the explanation of the third stanza. Now let's have a quick summary of the entire poem. Here the poet is reminded of his past, his boyhood, when he visited the peaceful lake isle of Innisfree. He wants to go there and says that he will live there all alone. He wants to build a small cabin with clay and wattles. He would grow beans and get a honeybee hive for honey to survive on. The poet describes the peaceful natural surroundings of the lake. He says that the scene of the cloudy mornings, the shining stars, the glowing sun, and birds flying in the sky give him peace. He feels relaxed to hear the pleasant sound of the cricket's song. The poet feels the urgency to go to the lake isle of Innisfree. In the depth of his heart, he can hear the sound of the lake waters hitting the shore. It is as if the lake is calling him. He hears the sound everywhere, either on the crowded roads or the grey colored pavements of the city in which he lives. This indicates that he wants to escape from the artificial life of the city into a peaceful surroundings of nature. Okay, so this is the entire summary. Just whatever we have discussed now in each stanza, that's all are sum up here, and it's a summary of the chapter, I mean of the poem. Okay. And the next thing is about the literary devices. Yes, if it's a poem, you will have to look into it. So, as we said, it is a musical poem. We have a rhyme scheme. We have a rhyme scheme of A, B, and A, B. You see that the first and third line has the same sounds of the last word. Okay, first and third lines, last word sounds the same. So, A, B, and A, B is the rhyme scheme. First and third and second and fourth. Next is alliteration. What is alliteration? It's the repetition of the consonant sound into or more closely placed words. The instances of alliteration in the poem are hive, honeybee. H sound is repeated here. Lake, lapping, low. L sound is repeated over here. Next, we also have repetition. I will arise and go now. This sentence is repeated in stanza 1 and 3. So it is repetition. Then we also have personification. Here, morning is personified. What is personification? It is giving a human character, right? So when you say that morning is wearing a veil, wearing is a quality of a person where a human quality is given to morning. So thus you can say it's a personified or it's personification. And the next is metaphor. Clouds are compared to whales. Now, who are these whales here? It is clouds which is compared to the whales, because the clouds and the fogs are covered in the morning, which is not allowing the sunlight to pass through and come down. So here comparison is also done. Clouds are compared to whales. It is an indirect comparison, so it's metaphor. So here we end with the literary devices and the entire poem summary about the author. I hope you found this video to be an informative one. If you liked it, do hit the like button